Good morning. I am a good 20 minutes later than I'm usually am. But it is time to do some cleanup work, and I have moved us into the wonderful world of Illustrator, a program that I used to hate deeply because it's just too clean for me. I like sketchy and dodgy and, you know, dodgy. I don't know. But anyway, it was too clean looking for me. So I'm just checking the lines here. This is something I should have prepared before bringing you on because it's boring to watch. But yeah, I think this line with maybe we're gonna do. Don't know how thick I want it. That's too. Do 175 maybe, if that's even possible. It is. I think that's good. So let's try this one. I always draw the stuff behind my other stuff. If I want to put something out to use for a graphic or something, I can just pull my little trinkets straight out of my work. I made a color palette because I put this white screen layer between just so I can see what the line art actually is. It's just a little, nothing fancy, honestly. Um, just how I roll. And I am using some shortcuts. So if you see me copy pasting and suddenly there's line art there, that's my little tricks. Welcome. I don't know if anyone has joined me yet. Let's see. I don't think so. I should probably share that I'm doing this. Let's see. I have a Telegram channel for collectors and people who are into City of Girls. I'm gonna do a quote tweet as well, live now. Welcome. There we go. And we're gonna add the link here. Live now. There we go. I figured it's nice to share sometimes when you're jumping in live because I don't think everybody knows that I'm doing this in my mornings and in my evenings. And yesterday I missed out on my evening stream because life happened. So we're gonna put the big stuff in first. So let's. I did the moon. I can do like the mountain next, and these I will keep in separate layers because when you start adding stuff, it's nice to be able to move something that ended up like covering something. And like now I should have gotten rid of the moon, but I can still freehand draw, and yeah, you're gonna see me building up the worlds. And as you see, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm working pretty. Oh god, I hate this. When I'm too zoomed out, sometimes the details get lost, so I need to redraw it. But anyway, bear with me. It was more fun when I do like the details in a bit. And I also have the cat here. I hear her tinkering with something. You might hear that as well. Hopefully, it won't be too much of an issue here. She's healing up nicely. Her leg is doing better. And she's wild as any bored cat can be, that is starting to feel really good. But yeah, I just want to make sure that she's properly healed before I let her out, because she's a hunter. She's gonna cause, she'll be out there walking in the woods, and well, not the woods, it's, yeah, but we have plenty of trees and fields and stuff just a minute away from our home, and that's where she usually hangs out. Um, so let's see here. So this is the part where the houses are kind of covering everything. So I'm just gonna do this. I think we're gonna do this. There we go. And that one looks a bit jagged. Okay, let's try this. Before I add the color, I'm gonna just add like the scaly rock thing that I did here. And then I'm gonna add the stairs later. That's something that is perfect to do when there's very little people and no one is talking. That's when I do stuff like stairs and the stuff I consider boring, but I realize it can also be like meditative, just watching watching stuff appear. But yeah, if anyone wants to be drawn as a character, I can just kind of move and shift what I'm working on, so we can make sure to draw you while you're here, while you have time. I appreciate everyone who has taken their time to come and say hi as I draw, and who's using the comments and participating. That's really heartwarming. Is This is just for shits and giggles, as they call it. It is part of my art project, so to me it makes total sense that I involve people around me. But for people new to this, it might be, I don't know, a little bit strange to come and join in, just jump in for the sake of it. We also need to do the cave. I mean, once I put in the block colors, it's going to be too late to, it's going to be a hassle to kind of figure out what goes where. So usually I do the line art on beforehand, and then I add the colors behind it. Like in this little cave. I am so fond of this moon cave, you guys. I just feel like it's a good thing. I'm gonna cover this later, so bear with me. If something looks strange, hopefully there's a reason for it, okay? I'm kind of predicting what will block out what. So you kind of work like a juxtaposition, like when you cut and paste stuff, paper and scissors. That's basically what Illustrator is. You create shapes and then you put them on top of each other. And if it's not just line art, but also block colors, it's going to cover some things. And you can play with that. And when I realized that you could do that, that's when Illustrator got more interesting to me. But it took me some time to warm up. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was a very boring medium to work with, but I was freelancing at the time. They only used Illustrator, so I just had to befriend it. It was my new daily life for maybe 2-3 years. And once I realized how convenient it is in terms of sizing and stuff, pixel artists know the struggle. You did something beautiful, but it's too small, and you got to fit. That's something we don't want to experience. So I'm gonna fix the shapes of the water as well. If there's something I see that I don't like, I'm gonna change it to make it more flowy, or whatever I think is needed is gonna happen. Let's see here. I quite like making chunky water. This one is gonna be, I think I need to do this because that layer will go on top of everything. So I need to kind of create the feeling of grass in this layer. Once again, it's a little trick. What goes behind, what goes above. If you don't keep track of it, you just gave yourself more work. And we don't want that. We want it to be a smooth, fun medium. But everyone makes mistakes. You're going to see me making plenty of mistakes as well as we're working on this. Okay, and once again, I'm not blocking in the color yet because we have some drippy droops that I need to draw. So I'm adding those. So we get this chunky, flaky water going on. I hope it translates to water. It's almost like magma, but yeah. Let's see. I think playing with it, with shape of things, is really important to set a mood and a vibe. So yeah. Okay, let's try filling some things out here. We're going to remove the white and we're looking at my sketch here. I'm going to fill out the moon first. Here we go. And then we have the mountain. Using my shortcuts here. And let's do the color of the water. Here we go. Quick and easy. Once you get the hang of it, that is. And this water I made just a little bit different in color because it's further in. So yeah, we have a moon, mountain, a moon. So if we remove the sketch, this is as much as we got. And we also see my color palette because when I put the white layer on top, it's gonna soften all the colors, so it's not like the proper colors that I had in mind. But these colors may come to change still. It's a work in progress. Welcome 8 people. Thank you for watching me. Let's see where you're from. 6, 1 on Twitch and 1 on YouTube. Hello. Thank you for joining me. We're in the cleanup stage of Moon Royale, the floating island, featuring a couple of my characters and also some friends. And if you want to be drawn, it's not too late. I can draw you. Okay, let's see here. I want to add the moon and the mountain in the same layer. They belong together. Perfect. And I'm going to close. We're gonna make it invisible so that we can do the little girl on top in her tent. So let's do that. This is actually tedious work. Like you add I think I like to finish one corner. Sometimes I jump around a little bit just so I don't get bored. But if you can, it is nice to finish one area before you move on to the next, because it's real easy to get lost in deals and, you know, what did I do? I'm not sure about this color, to be honest. I'm going to tweak it towards a more greenish color, and that goes for the dragon next to her as well. They share colors. I just want them to vibe together. It was really nice to do live draw, sorry, yesterday, and I wanted to do the evening one as well, but I got so tired. There was a teacher parent meeting because yeah, it's a new school semester and lots of new information. No kids around, just parents, and they were quite lengthy. So I was so tired when I got home, and I figured, well, for your sake, I'm not going to jump online. I think I'll just free draw this tent now. It's not like it was so excellent made that I can't redo it. I think it's going to be closed, actually. Kitty cat, I see you. And I like the patches and stuff. I feel like my real life is reflected into these drawings, because I'm heavily into patching favorite clothes and stuff, inspired by my kids who are like, Mom, you need to mend this. This is my favorite. And I think it's good to teach kids and people and yourself that some stuff can be mended. I'm not even good at mending. I'm not making it sound like this is an easy thing to do, or, you know, something I just sit there casually doing and it's looking beautiful. No, it's a learning process. I always show my kids first, and I'm like, this level of mending, I did my best. I'll work harder. I'll, I'll learn. And they're learning how to sew as well. But yeah, I usually do it while watching K-dramas at night. I sit there and I try to mend some stuff and make sure they last longer. And I guess I'm a bit of an environmentalist, if you will. All my lines so dark. They're like the darkest dark. It looks super dark. I don't think it's a pitch black, but it looks black. I'm not super fond of this color. It's not supposed to be. Okay, and how do you change all the line art? Well, you just mark um, something that has this specific line art, like around the moon. And then we're gonna see if there's a dark. There it is. God, I was like, what am I doing? We're gonna replace this. Mark, thank you. So you mark it, and then the same line color. Everything is now marked that has a line, and it is pitch black. Not what I picked originally. I knew it. I wanted like a dark, dark greenish, but still a bit muted. Let's see. That's better. A little bit softer, and I think it does matter. Um, Maybe even a little bit. Did it work? Let's check. Here's my layer. We're gonna use this one. Yeah, it's more muted now. Good. You want to get this out of the way. But it still looks dark, like black. Why? No, it's the correct one. I guess in contrast with the other stuff, you sometimes lose track. Aren't you guys in for a treat? Me just rambling about lines and colors. We can make it more interesting if someone wants to know something in particular. Feel free to comment and put me on the right track. But I think a lot of people watch live drawings as part of winding down or, just having some work company. And I get that. I'm not social when I watch people. And I don't do it as much as I want to. I really want to learn from other streamers, but I never have time to watch it. I have my little life so planned out right now just because I have a lot to do and I want to make sure I do it. Okay, I'm quite pleased. We're closing this one and going back to this little lady who should now also have the correct dark. Yes, it is the dark. And I made slightly thinner lines on the patches, so we're going to use them for the tent. I haven't put up a tent in 2 or 3 years, and before that it was even longer, so yeah, forgive me if there are any construction errors here. We're not really that bothered by keeping it similar to real life though, so if you buy that this is a tent, I'm gonna be happy with that. That's all I need. Just need someone to believe that this is a tent and we're good. The reason why I do the line art quite thick is because as you zoom out, everything just goes smaller. And if you do too thin of a line art, you're not really going to be able to see anything. I know this from personal experience in starting up drawings, and then stuff kind of disappear after a while. And when you put thought, love, and effort into it, you don't want it to just suddenly go away. So that's why I simplify. I simplify as much as I can. So I work with a lot of detail. You can tell that everything is very simplified when you look close, and that's because I want it to be visible. Here's my color palettes. I think this is it's a little bit too, I don't think I did a color palette for this shade of brown. Let me pick it straight from the source. There we go. It's an old vinyl record. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to listen to vinyl music on a mountain? So here we are. That's what happened. vinyls are coming back, and I get it. They're very cozy. It requires a little bit of work to get them going. There's a little bit of maintenance needed, but yeah, for people who don't have kids and pets, I get it. I fear that in my house, these things would be just dead after a week. So I'll have to wait with my dear plans of getting a vinyl recorder player. I don't know what you call them. You don't record vinyl on them. You play them. I'm from Sweden, so pardon the Swinglish happening sometimes. Um, that line art was a bit big. Let's do this. Can we tell it's a record player when we zoom out? We can do these, kind of emphasize. Maybe. Maybe that works. You don't know until you see it, like, for real. It does look a little bit. They're too big. Too much details. So when you do too much details, you can't see anything. That's the thing. Like, I never thought I would have to do the shine so chunky. But when you zoom out, you just couldn't see it was shine. It just looked like something happened. Oops. Oh, come on. Let's do it again. Twice the chunk. Chunky chunk. Now we kind of read it as shine. So if I were to do just an image of this record player, I would draw completely different. But yeah, this is how we're gonna do it. Let's make the girl. That's not really the right yellow, is it? This one. There we go. I might do the full hair immediately and then just add. So for people not familiar with Illustrator, when I draw this, I hope you can see that you actually just layer stuff on top of each other like shapes and add those. So I feel like working in Illustrator is almost not like drawing, but they did the tool so good now that it kind of feels like you're drawing. But You need the thinking is not the same as when you're just drawing. I think that's what drove me absolutely insane initially, because I was just drawing and I had so many annoying and I wasn't really thinking in layers. But once you start doing that, it just kind of, that was a breakthrough. So if you struggle with Illustrator, my tip is to imagine you cutting papers and adding each shape on top of each other. And also, if you do small things, mind the line width and make sure it looks good when it's like in the original size that you want it to be. And if you're gonna resize it, make sure to not keep the line art. You can make it into shapes when you're done, because if you start changing size of things, the color will not, no, not the color, the line width will not change at all. So if you make it a lot bigger, it's going to look thinner. So if you make it into shapes instead of width, you're going to fix that issue. But that's the kind of stuff that you don't really know until you need to do it. And then you sit there going like, why did everything change? What happened? But maybe you all guys already know this, and I'm just telling you stuff that no one's interested in. And I haven't checked for comments. Sorry, I'm geek. Just wanted to get the girl going here. Ah, we seem to be good. 17 people. Hello. Don't be shy. If you want to jump in and ask to be drawn, there's plenty of space. Let me zoom out and show you. I'm going to remove the top layer. So this is what it looks like. There's so much space. We have so much room for a lot of people. Or things. This one was added last night or last morning. Sorry. I love this. It is like a public artwork, and it's like the love never ends kind of theme. So yeah, we're sneaking in stuff, and it doesn't have to be cuddly cozy. We also have stuff like this. A cat preparing, and I really like the chef's hat that I made for him. That is kind of like a wrestling. We also have wrestling. You can come up with anything, so feel free to ask to be added in your particular flavor, whatever you want to be depicted as. We can do it. Flavor doesn't have to be profound. Can be profound. That's nice too. It doesn't have to be. Right, we have some pants to draw. Sometimes I sneak in little self-portraits when no one is asking to be drawn. And I always keep it like flavor of the day kind of mood, because some days I think that the everyday stuff that isn't so big is like easier digestible as a human. There are days when I'm just too tired to be, I don't know, that better version of myself. Like I'll be excited about TV shows and everyday life kind of stuff. And I think those things are really important because it's life. It's the stuff that, you know, is part of your day and life. And the focus sometimes is, at least I see that with artists and projects, that there always has to be like this greater cause, which is amazing that people can do that. But I don't think that everything we create has to be a greater cause behind it. Just documenting real life in a silly way through pop surrealism, I think is fine. And I think we have this. This is more of a hot take, you guys. A hot take from me. Imagine. But I find that a lot of women doing art, people sometimes expect more from you. Like, what is the profoundness of your work? And sometimes I want to be like one of the guys, I just like it. I just wanted to make it. There's nothing profound. But of course, some of the stuff you make is gonna be profound, founder at least. But I don't think it should be mandatory that the minute you create art, it has to be profound. Like, I dare to do anything. So just being like an entertainer, kind of. I don't know, if I had a label, I would prefer jester, because jesters in court, they were both political at times and just funny at times, or something. So that's my hot take. Don't have to be saving the world with your brushstrokes. It's okay to just exist and do your thing, especially if you're a woman. Because, yeah, there's not people doing that. Art for the sake of art and shits and giggles and fun. There we go. I think that's better balance. So that was my morning hot take. Imagine that 20 people witnessed this hot take. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But no one believed me that I was sorry saying that. It's just an observation from my little nook of the world. I'm sure people have seen it all and heard it all, and a lot of people know better. But I've been in this particular artist space now for 3 years, and I've just been amazed how how stressful it seems to work with that kind of added pressure, that it has to be something that is game changing all the time. A little bit sick of game changing things lately. I want to have fun, and I think having fun could be game changing, because the world is a bit of a burning dumpster right now. So honoring the life we have, we should be able to have some fun as well. Okay, look at this. Enough rambling. This is what I have in Illustrator, and damn, I haven't saved this one even once. So we're gonna save it. Moon Royale, we remove the sketch part. There we go. Just, I mean, it usually auto saves, but it's still stressful every time I didn't hit save after a while. Quite pleased so far. Sadly, I need to wipe out. I'm just hiding it. But we're gonna put some stuff on top of this now. Maybe we should slam these together. Is that a good idea? Not sure. Well, these two can go together. The color palette, not needed. Maybe not the character. What's this? That's her legs. Okay, if we do this. Now we have those together. The characters can be separate, that's fine. Kitty cat. Okay, we have a cat break. Do you want to say something to the audience? This is Lily. She has a quite loud purr. Free ASMR if you're into that. I hear that cat purr is healing, so yeah, have some healing vibes, will ya? Aw. It's not easy being a cat of an artist because we just sit sometimes for hours straight and we're so boring. Are we done? All right. Impromptu visitor. My best guest. Let's see if we have notifications on. No, we seem to be all good here. No missed comments, to my knowledge, at least. All right. Let's move on. The plan is to finish this one in September. So as you can hear, it's soon, very soon. But that's the kind of pace that I need to, be able to get the stuff done that I want to have done. I'm gonna hide these. Sorry. And now we're gonna move to. I think these stairs are needed, so I'll just go for the stairs now. Yeah, I make my own schedule, and I could go slower. But I don't want to. I have visions of doing, like, I don't know, a book maybe with all these cities. And I am in conversations with gallery curators. We'll see. Nothing is really said and done yet. But the idea is to bring City of Girls to the people and live draw real people, men and women, and everyone in between, and their pets, and their favorite things, and just kind of be able to bring this even more to the real world. Because even though I love being able to create this fluidly in the digital world, I feel like when you do something that involves other people, the experience is always so much better when you're there live doing it. And it's also, I don't know, nice to connect with people, see their faces, and, there's always a little bit extra happening. I noticed that when I went to New York in April, And it was just so lovely sitting there talking to people while drawing, and it was very relaxing. I know that some people might be, I don't know, a little bit stressed about performing, in front of an audience. But if you just drop the whole performing part and you just try your best to depict people and honor their wishes, that's a whole different ball game. It's more like a work of service where you show up, you bring the tools, and you try to make people feel included. And that wasn't so much of a big deal, honestly. It was just great. And I think it made people less stressed about approaching me as well. So it was some magic happening, and I feel like I would love some, more of that. But I'm not a huge fan of traveling. It's not that I don't like traveling, but it just doesn't work very well in my life right now. I have two growing kids that need me, and I want to be there for them. So right now, I'm not prepared to be like the vagabond artist traveling the world and drawing them. That would, it makes total sense for this project if I did that. But I was thinking I can do it like once or twice a year, and that would still be something. So limited visits and going somewhere and then coming back home and being able to see my kids grow up and be by their side when they need me. That's the fine balance I walk along with so many more people I know, and it is hard. But I think making some creative decisions around that to make sure that I don't get stressed out, so that I can actually dare to accept once in a while to do something. That was it. Was, yeah, it took some mind work to even decide to go to New York. I The easiest answer was no, the timing is wrong. But I did it, and no regrets. It was amazing, and I really loved the little teeny tiny part of New York that I saw. I was on Manhattan all the time, so I know it doesn't really represent the the whole of New York. It's just like a little. I saw a glimmer of one part of it, but I didn't really have the time or money to travel around. And I also managed to time that earthquake, and then I got super scared. I was supposed to meet some friends in Brooklyn, and I was like, I'm not going on a train today. I'm sorry. I'm so scared. And I could barely feel the tremors, but this is just so alien to me, with earthquakes and stuff like that. So I got spooked, but hopefully it wasn't my last time. I would love to go back. And there's plenty opportunities in the future, I think. This project just keeps growing, and people seem to enjoy it. And as long as we have that wonderful combination, I think it's safe to be a little bit optimistic about the future. You can always get disappointed later. That's what I think. You can always be happy, and it's not being naive, it's just being clever. I don't break from disappointment. Life is a cavalcade of disappointment at times, but that's fine. It's just life. So being able to be a little bit happy when you feel it, that's just a win, isn't it? Once again, I managed to do a TED talk out of this. My inspirational words. Life is full of disappointment. Thirsty plant art. Hello. Thirst 92 lurk. That's not what it's. It's like an. It is a picture, but as a text. But it's a cute froggy. Hello, little froggy. Welcome. You're on Twitch, I think. I wanted to do a lot of Twitch but then I couldn't make it. But now, by actually being able to connect multiple streams, I can be a little bit everywhere. It seems like my main audience is coming from X, so that's why it was so important to kind of broaden who can see me live draw. So, and I've been on YouTube for, I don't know, 14, 15 years now. I'm so old. I am truly old. Like, I was in my 20s when I started doing YouTube videos, and now I'm 43. So my adult life, you can see me age on YouTube if you're in that. But yeah, and then there was like just a big, hey baby, yeah, that's my kitty cat. Yeah, there was a big void happening when I started up a family, and I was just super overwhelmed. So I stopped doing YouTubes. I never intended to stop, it just happened. I kept saying, I'll be back, I'll try doing this more, and then just gone. And then I felt almost bad coming back. I was like, do I even deserve this? Like, do I even belong? I was gone for so long, yada yada. So I was really happy when one of my old YouTube followers said, "Oh my God, you're back! Hello!" And she was into the stuff I'm doing now because it looks so different from the stuff I used to do. I used to work with lots of water, ink, and I still love that, but it's just too time consuming and messy, and I need to be able to pivot in a jiffy. So this is my new jam for now, possibly forever. I think that I can never let go of this style now. It's just so much fun, but it doesn't mean an artist is multifaceted. We can do anything. So I mean, I also thought of doing these in ink, just trying and see like what would it look like. But that's for a day when, you know, I might have like a bigger studio room or something. Like I need to be able to hide stuff away and have enough room for, you know, that kind of needed to make these cities with all the details. Like you need to go big. So, and for now, it's just a bit much, isn't it? So I save that one for another day when I have more time. There we go. Let's see here. Some. Oh, this is a spammer. No, it's not a. Wait, someone is spamming. You're very calming to watch. I gotta head off to bed now. Good night. Yeah, good night. Ah, you don't see the cutesy images. They just show up as some kind of text. And then there are some bots repeating what this person said. Wayne is here. Isn't it a sin to have a unicorn but not include a narwhal? A narwhal is very fitting, actually, in this stream. So I think we should add a narwhal. Why not? It is probably a big sin because narwhals are amazing. They're like that magical creature that doesn't even get enough credit in our books. I don't know if I told you this story before, but when my kid was like maybe 4, she was looking at me saying like, "Be completely real with me now. Are there unicorns in the world?" And I said, "No, darling, there are no unicorns. They're fiction, but they're wonderful, aren't they?" And she looked at me very seriously, and then she said, "All right, but Mama, are there giraffes in the world?" And giraffes are very, very strange creatures. So I totally, like, this was a logical question. If you think about it, A unicorn is basically a horse with a horn, and there are narwhals, which is like a whale with a horn. But the giraffe, it looks like a fantasy creature. So I was very pleased to tell her there are giraffes, they are real. And she was very happy about it. And to have a giraffe kind of having the same status as a unicorn, I thought that was just a wonderful little moment. And I thought of that as we talked about the narwhal, who are, I think, same level as giraffes in terms of magical creatures. And a narwhal could probably live in this cave, the perfect spot for a narwhal. I'm just gonna free draw it. Sometimes people ask, like, oh, how do you have the patience? I don't. I just draw it. If if I had to do everything exactly perfectly, it would be too much. And also perfect doesn't even exist. I think you know that too. There is no point in trying to be perfect, is it? Good enough is the level, like the most extraordinary that I can with good enough level dance. So the trick is to keep at it, never give up, and don't be afraid to be a little bit messy. Whatever you need to happen to make the art you want to make, just do it. And don't be scared. Um, let's see here. We're gonna use probably, I have a bright purple. I think this one could be good. And we group it. And now we make. Let's see how much of this. All right. And when we zoom out and we put on the layers, we'll be able to see it's quite big now. Is it too big? I wonder what the size of a narwhal is. They're not like super huge. I think they're like a chubby dolphin, maybe slightly bigger. Not sure. It's not super graceful, but maybe, maybe. Let's see. What did I miss? It's the raid message. Oh, you know what? I'm a newbie streamer. Can you tell? What is a raid? If anyone knows what that is, I have no idea what that is. Twitch raid. Thirsty sent us over from his channel. Oh my god! Thank you. Okay, so a raid. Wait, let me see. I've only been streaming for a short while. So that's when you bring your crowd over to someone who's drawing or doing something, and you let them in on this person exists as well. That's super nice. Sorry for calling you bots. I'm too used to crypto uh, X. Everyone is doing these mass messaging. But this was actually super sweet. Thank you. I apologize to the people I thought were bots. Warm welcome. So happy to have you here. Um, thank you, Thursday, and good night. Sorry for sorry for saying about when you were so kind. My God, look at me screwing up things, newbie style. I just managed to be really rude to someone who was very kind. Um, my apologies. If you are still here, I hope you accept it. And if you're not, I hope you get to hear this in by some of your friends, that I'm still learning. Wait, I need to hide this. Okay, so for the people who came in from the raid, did I show you this city? This is the sketch underneath, and then I place like a white layer on top of it so that I can see what I'm doing. And so far, this is what we got. And I'm gonna make the entire city in Illustrator. And why I do this, like why drawing it 2 times, is just because it's a way of future proofing my cities, so that if someone says, I want this to cover an entire building, I can be like, that's fine. I have it made in Illustrator. We can go as big as you like. So it's a sizing thing. And yeah, also it's going to look a little bit smoother. I think sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes a bad thing, because I like the sketchy look. And the whole thing with my drawing is that you can join in, you can be drawn. Just let me know what you would like. And so far we got a narwhal request, and I think I delivered. Here is the narwhal. I didn't even Google it. Okay, I'm now going to Google narwhal and see if it was a hit or miss. It's not that bad, actually. Sizing, they can weigh almost a ton. So yeah, it's good. It's supposed to be quite big. We have 6 Twitch followers. Hello. And we have 21 on X. Hello. And 1. I have tried to fix the image a bit. I know that I'm using this webcam, which it's not a webcam, it's a built-in camera on my laptop. I have a monitor here, that's why I'm not looking at you. And yeah, my tools are a bit meh. I got the microphone recently, so hopefully the audio, it's really important for me that you can see what I'm doing. So I hope the picture is better than it has been. I've been having some issues with it. And I should stop talking and hide the mountain, because I need to see the stairs. Sometimes I think to myself, why did I make so many stairs? But when you zoom out, I mean, it all makes sense. And usually it's a bit relaxing doing these things. I'm having a little bit of like a performance moment thing here, where I'm like, is it boring seeing me watching me draw all these stairs? I hope not. We're soon done. And if anyone want to jump in and ask to be drawn, I'm gonna, shift over to that so we can pivot. That's the whole idea, to be able to be a bit loose and free over here. the railing. I'm not gonna follow what I did on the railing thing. It's we're just gonna willy-nilly it. I thought it was a nice touch to actually add a railing because I wouldn't want to walk these stairs if there wasn't one. It's one of those get up at own risk. But I learned something new today. Raids. But I'm so sad that your cute stickers didn't show up on Restream, so I couldn't see them. That's the service I use to be able to connect to both X and Twitch and YouTube. I don't know, something like this. Let's move on. We have a few more steps. I might be able to do this now. For people who are new and think that, well, she's fast, she's saying it's easy. I mean, I have been an illustrator since 2007. So, of course, I'm going to say just do this or that. And I don't mean to be, not taking into regards learning something and being quite new. I remember we've all been there. But I'm just saying don't have too much respect for the tools or even the art itself, because sometimes you can kind of choke your own creativity by being too mindful and wanting something to be too perfect or too whatever. So I think that's something we gotta figure out over time, and also to release stuff that you might not vibe the most with. It's so funny, like my own favorite pieces are not usually everybody else's favorite pieces. And I've been surprised so many times now that I've actually stopped judging myself. I'm like, I like this, but that means, we'll see what people think. But doing this project is nice because I feel like everything is an experiment. Oh, God, they were too close. Sometimes when they're too close, the lines are gonna become one. Super annoying. You can probably turn that off somewhere, but I seldom dabble in, what's it called? The settings. There's always someone saying, oh, if you go in there, you can tweak that, fix that. Yeah, I forget. That's why I sometimes, find my own little ways of doing stuff. But overall, Illustrator is quite nice to work in. It has improved. Adobe is currently oohing and awing with the AI functions. And I guess it's because there's a lot of people working for agencies and, that is going to use these tools. They're not super helpful for me. The only thing I've been exploring that has to do with AI is the color tweak functions where, hello, kitty cat, where you can just type in, I could type in like sunset and get like a sunset color palette suggestion. And sometimes I play with that when I'm like, I don't think I'm on the right track. I might want to try something else, and I write something. But last time I tried, I just ended up not liking anything. So I just made my own color palette once again. But I think that's a tool that could be useful even for people who don't like AI. I mean, it is. She's all trouble now. Yeah, you're purring, but I know you want to bite me. She's like, let's play. Her name is Lily. Okay, I'm gonna bring out the chat. 27 people. What? Hello. We're having a cat break. She found the strings of my shirt. I don't know if you can hear her purring. I'm sorry about the cat break. She's lying on top of my um, drawing tablet. Hey, don't chew on that. Do you want to have something to play with? Let's see if I have a nice post-it or something that I can scrunch up. She likes scrunchy papers. I only have one, and that is an important one. It's a reminder to use something, so we're not going to use that one. Yeah, what's this sound? I'm afraid, and you can't play with my stickers. I got some stickers done for packaging. All right, I sacrificed the sticker. Hello, we are back. Commercial break. Kitty purse. Bye, kitty purse. Whoops. So the stairs almost done. They don't make a great deal of sense, but hopefully enough. And I am live drawing later tonight as well. Oops. So if you want to come hang with me in about 12 hours, maybe, you are a warm welcome to join. I will have a very, well, I don't have a loud voice now either, but I'm going to be a little bit on the softer side because my kids are sleeping, hopefully around that time. And yeah, I just think that it would be nice to push the time for my evening drawing just a little bit later, because I noticed that they have a lot to say in the evenings and they're like, are you done? Can we talk? And then it was very late. So yeah, trying to find the balance here. The struggle is real, but it's also something that is important to figure out, I've noticed. All right, we have the stairs, with the narwhal, we have the mountain. This is everything I did this morning. So we're moving forward in a quite nice pace. And I've already been here for over an hour, and I think I need to wrap it up for now. I might come back I noticed that the longer you sit, the more people find you, which is great. But today I have so much to do, so I cannot sit for hours at a time. But when I can, I'll pop on. So I might, join a little bit later, impromptu style, and I will be here tonight. It's Friday night, so maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about time, how long and when. But I've been showing up around 8. Now I'm thinking maybe 9. Um, but yeah, let's see. I'll announce it. And thank you so much for watching. This was wonderful, and I have some other work to do that I cannot share, so I need to get going with that. But thank you for joining me today. This has been very wonderful, and next time I hope we can do the rest. I'm gonna close these so you can see the sketch, and there's room for all of you. So if you want to be drawn, there are no strings attached. We're doing this for fun, and so feel free to be a character. We have Kayla. I gave her some rest under a glowing star. Um, we have tomatoes here belong to Digital Tomato, who was also here. This ferret was added, and this guy with the cats also, and yeah, happy to add well this little scene here also prompted by other people as well as these. So I love drawing everything. It doesn't have to fit this vibe. The idea is I start with a certain something and you show me where we're going from that. So it's kind of yeah, cooperative thinking going on. This guy said, "Draw me like your cog girls." So I did like the Titanic kind of posture. So yeah, anything is possible. As I'm gonna bid you goodbye for now. Thank you for watching and take care. See you around. Bye.